Hey guys, HuzzyGames bringing you another video. Now, welcome to potentially the first video of the day, maybe the second. It honestly depends if I get content made. Unfortunately, if you guys watched the RE video yesterday, you'll know that League has not been treating me very well the last couple of days, and with that, it becomes very hard to get content. So I'm just doing this Challenger Spectate off stream, just the night before, just to make sure I've got the first video at least of the day tomorrow. And hopefully you guys will still enjoy it. If you appreciate it, because a lot of people be like, I don't have a video, I'm not uploading. But I still want to upload a video that hopefully you guys enjoy, still educational and all that. So yeah, please do throw a like if you do appreciate that. Today though, we are watching the rank 1 current player in the game, Anguin. He is a known player. We've watched this player many times, potentially as a pro, playing Elise. And the comment and everything that I want to say is the video title is probably on the lines of, and look at that, by the way, they're sharing gold. That's teamwork right there. The title of this video is probably like the power of Elise in solo queue. She's actually getting a nerf pretty soon, and some people have been questioning why. And the thing with Elise is she's always been and is incredible at taking over the early game and controlling the game. Incredibly high snowball champion. So I just thought we'd kind of watch one of the best players in League play Elise and maybe kind of show you guys of the power of the champion and why she's getting a nerf. So the nerf specifically apparently is affecting her attack speed, that she'll still be having her damage mainly in the ganks, but it's going to be doing more than anything else is slowing down her jungle clear speed. So she, as you can see, is attacking with spiderlings, and she has pretty overall good clear speed. Not one of the fastest, I don't think, in the game, but also definitely not one of the slowest. So let's give a watch. And yeah, the game itself is a challenger game. You may recognize a couple people maybe in the game. Well, I can't actually see any pros, but who knows? Like that guy there, GXR Monk, that might be a team that I just don't know. But anyway, the game itself, Yasuo versus Gnar top, Taliyah jungle versus Elise, Yone versus Twisted Fate, and a Severe Seraphine versus a Kai'Sa Bard. So already, I would probably give red team advantage by comp, by one basic thing. And it's as crazy as it sounds, the AD carry advantage. Kai'Sa is just insane right now versus a Severe. It gets a bit closer if the second AD carry is a Jhin, for example, maybe a Samira. But that is a big AD carry difference the later you go into the game. But as for the jungle and everything, Taliyah, we've always said, is a really good high-rating jungler. The reason why we do say high-rating jungler is because she is very skill-based. That if you make a mistake on that champion, you just pop, you're dead. But if you don't make much mistakes, her damage is great, and she's incredibly high pressure, good movement speed when you're hugging walls into your movement speed and everything. Your ultimate can be a big game-changing ult, breaking off contact from people with a big wall. So these two, like I'd say Taliyah might have the more mid to late game advantage over an Elise, but what can an Elise do in the early game to prevent that? Can an Elise do anything? So the first thing is Elise has done a pretty good clear. Now making her way to the Scuttle Crab is going to just kill this without any contest, and maybe then we'll see the first gank from the Elise going up to top lane to seeing what they can do for the Gnar. So here we go. First gank of the game by either jungler. Yasuo looking a bit aggressive, maybe a bit too aggressive. That's actually making the Gnar back away. I do recognize that name, by the way. That guy might be someone that has multiple challenger accounts. So Gnar might be thinking something's up. He does. He goes a bit close to the bush. Elise going to just do a bit of damage. Repel. Going to go for him. Just a bit more damage, and that'll be that. So you might not think that's a big deal, what just happened, but it is. That's a really big deal. Not for the Elise. Yes, you're not gaining gold from it. That's, you know, you're not getting any XP. But what that does, meanwhile, she's walking potentially into a Taliyah. We can actually hear it and see a little bit of the replay. That's helping your top laner, like, completely. Like, that play there could just win your top laner his lane, and in essence could win you the game. Another gank coming though. Yasuo is fighting within minions, and what I would be doing if I was the Gnar, Taliyah is also up here, is if a Yasuo is willing to fight me in a big minion wave, there has to be a reason why, and often the reason would be the jungler's there. So again, that's sometimes just thinking a little bit more about, like, why is this happening? And that is a big thing that I think most League players don't do. As weird as it sounds, a lot of League players don't sometimes play and be like, why is this happening? They just play the game. They're kind of on autopilot. They don't really think about what's actually going on, and that is one big thing that would probably improve your game instantly, is if you just question more. Why is this happening? Why is this person here? Where is the jungler? Where logically would it be good for the jungler to be at this stage? And often, when you kind of know the game a little bit more, you're often right. You know, you'll probably get it quite right a lot of the time. But yeah, the Yone brothers, or Yasuo brothers, whatever you want to say. I don't know if they have an actual surname that is known. The Wazaki brothers are both in the game. Obviously, Yone mid, Yasuo top. I don't think Yasuo is great in top lane right now, but arguably he can get away with laning against the Gnar, because again, Gnar isn't that punishing compared to a lot of other top laners. Like, if Yasuo is versus a Camille, I would say GG. But again, a Gnar, yes, he's technically a lane bully in some respects. He also has trouble surviving as well. So a Yasuo going all in on, like, you know, a Gnar in mini form, the Yasuo's going to win. And even in Mega form, obviously, Mega form is quite cumbersome and slow. Yasuo is very fast. So you can see where maybe that matchup wouldn't be as bad for Yasuo as people would think. Elise missed a cocoon. So that's one thing to say. Ladies and gentlemen, why I also love doing these challenger spectates. If an Elise, who is rank 1 challenger, can miss a cocoon on a scuttle crab that was hardly moving, your Elise in silver can also miss anything. And miss a champion that's flashed away from it. Because again, the League community has sometimes ungodly expectations on teammates. Meanwhile, Yone does an all-in because of how the champion is. He just walks away, he uses his ghosty thing to walk away, and he's hunky-dory. Elise is actually taking a fight with him, baits out the ignite. Twisted Fate walking way too close, which is a little bit weird. Gonna take some free damage, but now Yone may be in trouble, or himself was baiting out the ignite, because Twisted Fate just doesn't have that damage to finish off the kill. So a little bit of weird play going on there. Both ignites in mid lane used with no deaths overall. So the game itself right now has a slight advantage to blue team, 200 gold, and that will be coming from, well, the Yasuo has a farm advantage, the Severe has a farm advantage, and then the only remaining thing really is the jungle advantage, and that's about it. 100 gold difference, and now we're basically back to even. Dragon is being thought about, which I'd say would be a bit risky, but they stopped doing it because Twisted Fate was in brief trouble. You can see Talia is already level 6, Elise is not. And some people may think that, oh, Elise hasn't really managed to do much yet in this game. Are you in a bit of trouble? Partially. Again, it's not over. You can still recover from this type of game. You know, and it's not even recovering. It's 0-0. It's just Elise is more known for her early game pressure than most junglers, and you don't have much early game pressure so far. Yone getting caught out. It does flash over. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was good to see. So, flashes, uses Bard Portal. Elise was patient with the repel, jumps on him. There's the first blood. And that's what we like to see. So that was a fiesta and a half. Challenger games at its finest. And now with a dead Yone, they can have the pressure and confidence to go on the red. So we don't know where Talia is right now. They might back away and go do Dragon. You can see Kai'Sa's just still chilling in lane. Enemy bot lane's going back. So they might jump over, do the Dragon if they think they can do it. And, you know, have enough time. You can see Severe's return to bot lane. Reminding people, whenever you're a jungler and you see the enemy bot in bot lane, it might be a bit weird, but you're safe to do Dragon because you have vision of them. They're not coming over. The danger when you're doing Dragon is enemies you can't see because you don't know where they are. So when you see, oh, Gnar's still top lane, we just killed Yone, oh, I see Severa and Seraphine in bot lane, the only outlier is, where's Talia? And that's where, again, having a ward here, you'd think if she's around this area to look for the Dragon, you probably would have got vision by her by then. The only way she could have gone that you didn't see is walk the lane this way, jump up in one of these, and be here. That's the only way. So of one of the 3 areas, likely you'd be able to get vision. So Yasuo does die to a gank. It's still, again, 30 farm ahead, which is pretty impressive, but does end up dead. So unfortunate for him. Obviously, again, pretty squishy champion, not a tank champion. So can die to a gank fairly easily. He does have TP, so I would expect potentially Elise to walk top lane any second. And this is something that I personally don't like. I've mentioned it a few times. You're Yasuo, you're winning lane, you're 30 farm ahead of your opponent. You got ganked once. Okay, I got ganked. I died. It even looked like it was a tower dive. And after one gank, even though you are winning lane, your tower is dead. Like, his tower is literally about to die. That, to me, feels terrible. Like, it just doesn't feel healthy at all. And by the way, if you're wondering, Yasuo wanted that tower to die then. He was trying to let it die. If you're wondering, why isn't he last hitting frantically? Because if he let the tower die then, no one was in range to get the bonus tower gold. So then no one would have got it. But anyway, Yone gets a kill on Twisted Fate. That doesn't surprise me at all. Twisted Fate is not a laning champion, and Yone is ridiculous in lane. So there's that. Bot lane as well, so the pressure from Taliyah is actually starting to show. The Elise can't catch up right now, so Taliyah's ramping up, now being involved in 3 out of the 4 kills. The 1 kill in the game is still belonging to the Elise. So what can Red Team do to recover this game? Obviously, they've got the first dragon, so that's a good start. I'd expect maybe and hope the Elise can still pressure the objectives. But again, normally you'd want Elise to have a high kill early game, high pressure early game, and that just hasn't happened. You know, with how League of Legends is right now, as crazy as it sounds. Meanwhile, finds the Taliyah. Can she get the kill? Twisted Fate ulting over. Can they get it? Flash with then the repel. They do get the kill, does the Elise. Yone in the area. He's going to take some damage. He's going to E back. Can they go for the kill? They're going to go for it. They don't get it in the end. Elise, though, is hungry. She uses her spiderlings to tank it and then moves back around. Nar's in the area. Twisted Fate definitely in trouble. What can they do? Gold card. Can he walk away? Nar is greedy. They're going to go for it with the Bard Wall. Nar is going to survive. Seraphine in the area. Seraphine gets the kill on Twisted Fate. And that should be the end of that. Oh my god, Elise is going in. She gets the kill on Nar. And she's now going to walk away. Arguably should have stayed in spider form because that gives increased movement speed. And now this is a problem. Does get the repel. Isn't going to stick around. Survives. So now Bard ultimate stops both of them. But does Taliyah? She doesn't have ultimate. But Yone's in the area. Elise is in trouble any second. Oh, she does die to the annoying mechanic that Yone has. Yasuo is in the area. Probably just realizing what's going on. Oh, the whole enemy team is coming top lane. Okay, never mind. Nar TPing back to top lane. Again, we can't see it because there's a bug. Still on replays, we can't even see Wind Wall. Yasuo just used Wind Wall. We could hear Wind Wall, but we cannot see Wind Wall. Riot, please, fix replays. It's crazy that replays have literally been broken for months. And I'm not even over-exaggerating. It's been months. Nice damage, by the way, by Twisted Fate. You can see his initial burst damage ain't bad. Over half health, so yeah, Yone. Taliyah in the area looking for something. Doesn't manage to get it. It is still looking. Nice skin, by the way, by Taliyah. I don't actually know which one that is, but at least returning to the blue. So far, 6 kills for blue team, 3 kills for red. All 3 are on the Elise. So far, Elise is doing good. Her team's not doing great. The one big advantage you have, if you remind yourself in top lane, there was a 30 farm advantage. Yeah, that farm advantage is growing. It's now a 60 farm advantage for Yasuo. This is absolutely ridiculous. And that's the thing of, like, why I can't really recommend people to play Gnar. Is it is very common to see a Gnar. As, you know, a lot of people will tell you, oh, if you're not a confident top laner, play range champs. Not always. I often see Gnars really doing bad because he is so vulnerable in mini form, and his mega form, again, it's great for team fights. You land that clutch big ultimate, fantastic. Meanwhile, Elise is ganking the Taliyah. What can happen here? She just used, well, smites to kill it. If you didn't notice, by the way, Yone's going all in. Again, that doesn't feel incredibly healthy that Yone can just do that, but he can. He's a modern-day League of Legends champion, and they will back away. So they are looking aggressive. They are looking to invade, but they might back off to do the dragon. So the Bard and the Elise did the first dragon together, and they're now doing the second. Reminding what I said earlier, when you have vision of the bot lane, you have vision of Yone, you've got vision of Gnar, you can do this dragon a lot safer. The only person that is missing is the Taliyah. So, bad smite, arguably, but when you know where 4 of the enemy team is, you're a lot more free to do it. It's not like, oh, 3 people aren't coming to stop us. Meanwhile, Gnar's going to try and escape. Can he escape? Let's have a little look and see how the play goes. Doesn't dodge. Ooh, I think they were expecting that Bard ult to miss, but it doesn't. But the nice Elise damage, you can see how squishy that Gnar is. This Elise is not even crazy fed, does get the kill easily. Unfortunately, though, that Kai'Sa that was left basically alone in bot lane ends up dead, because the Taliyah went down again. Right now, there is a level difference between the junglers. So you might be like, why are we watching this game, Huz? This is not going very well for the Elise. Well, again, keep watching. Enemy team going all in bot lane. Twisted Fate ends up dead again. Bard getting a nice stun, but probably going to die, if I'm completely honest. It does flash away. Can he survive? Elise going for a flank. This is quite big. She opens up with the cocoon. She gets 1 kill. Gonna repel. She goes for the Severe. There's a tower still in play. Bard coming in. Double kill for Elise. Can Bard get any stun, anything, delay his death? Can't in the end. Does die to the Talia. Talia may be hungry for this. The tower has been killed officially, but Talia's going to take a bit of damage from Elise. Elise needs to delay. She's going to wait for her cocoon cooldown. It's the only way that she can kill this Talia is if she can go and open with cocoon, land it, and obviously she's also waiting for Talia to the Kai'Sa to come back. And we just saw Talia over here. So good play by Elise. Gets herself 2 kills. Doesn't even die. So overall nice. Playing well. 6 kills for the Elise. Every single kill for red team the Elise currently has. So that does say how much the Elise is playing well. And again, the game is still 60 farm lead still for the Yasuo. You have a Kai'Sa. Yes, they're losing lane, but the Kai'Sa will outscale a Severe. Arguably, Yone's quite annoying, but in a grouping situation, if you don't all get hit by his ultimate, maybe with CC, you can deal with it. Wow, that's a 1v3 kill for Yone. 1v3 kill so far. Yasuo going to go for his brother. Elise ends up with it, still maintaining 100% kills in the game. Yasuo then going to go for the Gnar. The first kill for somebody else, the Yasuo picks up the Gnar. So technically a 1 for 2, but again, that Yone did get a kill in a 1v3 situation. Does show the strength of the champion. And he doesn't even... Well, he's got 1 item complete right now, so that is pretty scary that he can do that already. But yeah, let's keep watching. So Night Harvester for the Elise, by the way. Blasting one with Ruby. So you either would be, I would presume, a Riley or a demonic something or other. Again, it's also, you know, we're still fairly new into the season, so I'm still learning the names of the items. Demonic Embrace, is that what it's called? Maybe that. Possibly. So Dragon, again, reminding everybody, Elise has had 2 dragons so far, so she is focusing them. And that is one thing that I've always said. If you're a jungler and you're looking to climb in solo queue, what is one thing you can do that is pretty much guaranteed to help your team? Go for objectives. So this game has been pretty rough. Yes, Elise is doing good, but she's got a 0-5 Twisted Fate in mid lane. She has a 0-2 bot lane, both of them, so 0-4 bot lane. But Elise has maintained all the dragons. Her team is behind in gold, but both dragons so far are on Elise's team. Flash, Cocoon, finishes the kill, nice play. And that's the nice thing with the Twisted Fate, is he does offer those lovely gold cards. But yeah, so many times you see when even games that you think are going well, and this is a nice thing that they're getting the tower and Elise's Spiderlings are tanking it. The game is going well, you're all winning lane, but then the jungler on the enemy team was the one that focused the dragons, and then suddenly the game starts to turn. Because then the enemy team has that late game objective control and the objective scaling that dragons offer. And if you can't end the game early, oh god, they've got Dragon Soul. What do we do now? You end up losing the game. So I really, and I've said it for over a year now with all these, the dragon change happening. Meanwhile, teleport is happening if you look at the mini-map. Cancelled TP. Gnar used TP. They killed the tower in time. Tier 2 tower bot lane dead. Elise should be careful walking in the enemy territory. Twisted Fate ultimate comes through. Twisted Fate is going for this play, which is very questionable, but he will end up dead. Yasuo with the triple ulti. Lovely play by Yasuo. Good to see. Good to see. I can hardly talk. Gnar going to try and survive. Elise going to go for the Gnar. Lovely cocoon hit. Yone now trying to do his best to clean anything he can. And by the way, they do actually clean quite a lot. But in a 1v2 situation, they should be able to kill the Yone, I would think. And with then Elise also strategically giving the kill to Yasuo. So Elise has 10 kills. She doesn't want to take every kill, even though it does seem that she is at the moment. The only other person who's got kills is Yasuo. So only 2 people have got the kills. Dragon will be coming up soon. Expect Elise to go straight for it. She's even pinging that Yasuo's got teleport. You know, stay, base, then teleport when the dragon's coming. Item build, though, for Elise. Does go for that Riley. Medjai's. So feeling very confident. Medjai's is what I would say is not an Elise item. Obviously, you can buy it on her. But Elise is a pretty all-in champion, right? You have to be in melee range most of the time to do anything. So buying Medjai when you're likely going to die is quite risky and quite ballsy. Yasuo starting the dragon, though, waiting obviously for the Elise to do any of the bulk damage. And the 3rd dragon straight away for the Elise. Objective control is very key to control the game. And that's what the Elise is doing. She's having a great game. 10-1-2, 12 kills participation in total out of the 14. So yes, her team is quite reliant so far on the Elise. And you could wager that if this Elise wasn't doing this, that this game would be well and truly over by now. But it does show, like, you as a jungler, jungler is the solo queue role to me. If you want to climb, you want LP, you don't care about what role you play jungle. Because you can still see the game is going pretty bad in some ways. Others it's not. But the Elise is controlling the game. You know, the other way that obviously this game is going quite bad is top lane. Like, let's not hide away from it. The Yasuo's 4-1. The Nara's 1-4. But that's not even the big thing. The big thing is the Yasuo is over 100 farm ahead. He is nearly double farm. Meanwhile, enemy team going for it. Bard does get himself caught out. Not really sure what was going on about that area. Gold card. Enemy team might look for it. Is a severe ultimate. Yeah, Seraphine flash, sorry. Elise going to go in for it. Oh, look at that damage. High damage. Gold card. Elise, sorry, Severe's going to do... Kai'Sa, that's the one. Does some damage in the end and makes it overall a 1-for-1. Twisted Fate returning into the fight. And will get the Seraphine. She doesn't do a lot of damage, that champion. Yasuo also just wins the 1v1 versus Taliyah. And that will be overall a good situation. Severe stuck under the tower. All Elise needs to do is be patient. Patience. And for some reason, the Severe wasn't patient. Maybe she thought she had to go for the 1v1 kill. Very weird, though. Yone in this instance. I'm going to go mid lane. My team's losing. And now the red team is going, let's go Baron. So this game now, gold-wise, has turned in red team's favor. Let's be honest. Thanks to the Elise and the Yasuo. Those two have had a good game overall. Even when the Yasuo wasn't even doing that good in the early game, the Elise maintained. Like, that's the point. She maintained, doing really well, going for kills, not risking too much. Only have died once this game, and also getting all 3 dragons. Fantastic. Really good play. Great to see. And this is why, potentially, you could say, Elise is getting a nerf next patch. I don't think... Like, personally, do I feel that Elise needs to be nerfed? The answer truly is no. Because when do I feel things need to be nerfed, personally? When they're pick or ban. So, do I see Elise being picked or banned every game? No, I don't. I really don't see Elise being picked or banned every game. I've played 6 or 7 games of League today. I don't think I had an Elise in any of the games. And I don't think she got banned either. So she's not pick or ban. That's where I say, meanwhile, Yone going to go all in. Enemy team looking for a trap. And remember, Yone is coming back. Elise knows this, springs the trap, and legendary Elise does she become. Bard going for an ultimate, doesn't hit anything. Going aggressive, though, does get the nice stun on the Gnar. Enemy team now in trouble, and now what you're seeing is the momentum swing completely in red team's favor. They have Baron. They have the morale. Again, that's one thing you never can argue with. And they do end up getting the kills overall, and that's probably over nearly enough the game. Yasuo, by the way, all that was bot lane, opening the base. But yeah, do not forget, morale is such a big thing in League of Legends. That's why recently I've been trying to kind of make the phrase popular, PMA, positive mental attitude. I've been having a rough time in League, but I'm still trying, and not always succeeding, but trying to have a smile on my face, trying to just have a bit of fun, because the moment that your morale drops is when you do lose. Like this game, the enemy team got really ahead, and I can bet that they got really ahead. Dude's winning the game, and then the moment that it shifts into red team's favor, that's where blue team's just going to lose even harder, because then you don't have the morale, and then you start making mistakes, and then you split, and then you get caught. It kind of adds on all the time. But that, Elise, fantastic carry performance. Again, you can't forget the Yasuo officially double farm. He actually got double farm in a 23-minute game. That's insane. Elise finishing just 2 farm under the Taliyah, but 12-1-8 performance. Gold-wise, 12.8, or basically 12.9k gold. Most gold in the game, even above the Yasuo, versus the 8.9 of Taliyah. So a dominant performance by the Elise, and this is also a big thing to say. If you're a player in League, you have to try as much as you can, as hard as it will be, and this is something that I've had to do recently and still trying, that if you have a bad team, you're having a 0-5, I think the Twisted Fate is at one point, your bot lane is kind of losing in the early game, just keep playing your game. Try to do things that overall will help your team win the game. If you're the jungler, okay, can't really do much now, but take the objectives if you can. If you're in top lane, try to win your 1v1. Try to out-farm your lane opponent by a lot. That's what you can do. You can't, if you're in top lane, affect your mid laner go 0-5. You just can't. That's out of your control. Just do what you can that is in your control, and that will overall help your climb, most likely. Not always, but most likely. But that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.